Good morning, everyone. I'm Abelilia Rochelle with my group mates Kayabyab, Ferrer, Kalihan, Pura, Giliaco, Torres, Manjares, Kabungkal, Anillo, Pamplona, Loquinto, and Andaya. So we're here to present or explain the human situation, which is the pandemic. So let's start. What is pandemic? A pandemic is a widespread occurrence of an infectious disease over all the country or the world at a particular time. The impact of pandemic caused loved ones to be separated and unable to meet in person. So back in 2020, we faced a difficult situation that everyone affected by it. So one of the example of the pandemic is the COVID-19.
What is COVID-19? The coronavirus disease is an infectious disease caused by a new strain of coronavirus. This new virus and disease were unknown before the outbreak began in Wuhan, China in December 2019, an acute respiratory illness in humans caused by a coronavirus, capable of producing severe symptoms and in some cases death, especially in older people and those who underlying health condition. It was originally identified in China in 2019 and became pandemic in 2020.
So, here are the symptoms of COVID-19. First in our list is the fever or chills. So, the common symptoms of sickness is the fever. But if you feel that you're having a fever, we suggest you to stay at your home and monitor your fever so that you can ensure that you will not spread the virus. Second in our list is the cough. If you feel dry cough lately, you should wear a face mask to prevent virus. Or maybe it's much better if you stay at home and quarantine yourself. The third in our list is the shortness of breath or difficulty breathing. If you feel that you're breathing difficulty, it is also the symptoms of COVID-19. It will be good for us if we avoid socializing so things not get worse.
Fatigue. Fatigue is a state of extreme tiredness and lack of energy, often resulting from physical or mental exertion. Muscle or body aches typically result from physical exertion, injury, inflammation, or viral infections. Headache. A headache is a pain or discomfort in the head or neck region, often caused by tension, dehydration, lack of sleep, stress, or underlying health conditions. Dahil nga nagkaroon ng COVID-19 or nagkaroon ng pandemic, which is yung COVID-19 is kinonsider nila na meron talagang kasama siya sa symptoms ng
What is mental health? Mental health includes your emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how you think, I feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress related to others and make healthy choices. A mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. Mental and physical health are equally important components of overall health.
The COVID-19 pandemic represents an unprecedented threat to mental health in high, middle, and low-income countries. Fear, worry, and stress are normal response to perceived or real threats, and at times when we are faced with uncertainty or the unknown, so it is normal and understandable the people are experiencing fear in the COVID-19 pandemic. Added to the fear or contracting the virus in a pandemic such as COVID-19 are the significant change to our daily lives as our movements are restricted in support of efforts to contain and slow down the spread of the virus. Faced with new realities of working from home, temporary unemployment, homeschooling of children, and lack of physical contact with other family members, friends, and colleagues, It is important that we look after our mental as well as our physical health.
People have died at COVID-19. We all know that COVID-19 kills a lot of people. It is hard for us, mostly to the family who died due to the COVID-19. We don't all want to feel that. Since COVID-19 has killed many people all around the world, individuals' levels of death anxiety to COVID-19 are likely to be promoted, often resulting in increasing the levels of fear during the pandemic. Death anxiety, also known as thanatophobia, is anxiety produced by thoughts of one's own death.
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, online learning has been adopted in all stages of education. This sudden change from traditional learning to 100% online learning may affect students' learning effectiveness, especially in experimental courses.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shairami P. Pamplona, and let's talk about the loss of income, job, and opportunities due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Over 7.3 million jobs were lost in the Philippines, at its unemployment rate hits a record high of 17.7% due to the COVID-19 pandemic, according to the Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA. This is a record high in the unemployment rate, reflecting the effect of COVID-19 economic shutdown to the Philippines labor market. PSA head Claire Dennis and Mapa said in a visual media briefing on June 5.
COVID-19 had a significant impact on employment in Philippines. Majority of employees reported that their job was suspended hours and paid refused or they were forced to take unpaid leave. Only 37% of employees could report that COVID-19 has no impact on their jobs. 6 out of 10 families lost income. COVID-19 have a big impact to economy and education. Low-paid workers were more likely to work in sectors most affected by pandemic, particularly in hospitality and non-essential retails. So, were most likely to be part of furlough of experience falls in income at the beginning of pandemic.
So we proceed to the implementation of rules. They implement rules to prevent the spread of the virus. This is also one of the things that help prevent or reduce the number of people who have infected with the virus. So the first rule is the no touching of the face. Do not touch your eyes, mouth, or nose with your hands. Second is to avoid contact with shared surfaces. We also need to avoid close contact, such as shaking hands and hugging. And the third is wash your hands regularly and truly. We need to wash our hands frequently with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. And also, we keep 2 meters of distance from the other. And also, from the people who are not symptom free is needed to stay at home. And because of making a plant like these rules and regulation, it gave it related to ethics because of the people compliance.
Next is the unity and sacrifices of the healthcare workers or the frontliners. They play a crucial role during the COVID-19 pandemic by providing medical care, conducting testing, administering vaccines, and offering support to the patients and their families. They also contribute to the public health efforts through contact tracing and implementing preventive measures. Millions of our healthcare workers around the world have faced the challenge of providing care for patients with COVID-19. Even though they are often under-equipped and underprepared, they risk their own lives for the patients who need their help. Even though they were tired and stressed, they did not stop providing care to the patients. Because of their help, and sacrifices, they save many lives. Their dedication and expertise are essential in managing and mitigating the impact of the COVID-19 or the pandemic.
Scientists invented vaccine to prevent the virus that's spreading all over the world. These are the vaccines: Pfizer, Moderna, and Oxford AstraZeneca. According to SAGE, the Pfizer and Moderna vaccine is safe and effective for all individuals aged 6 months and above. In December 2020, Pfizer-BioNTech phase 3 clinical data for its original vaccine showed 95% efficacy and preventing symptomatic COVID, while the Moderna vaccine showed 94.1% efficacy at preventing COVID-19 illness, including severe disease. Oxford AstraZeneca. This vaccine is safe and effective for all individuals aged 18 and above. The vaccine is not recommended for persons younger than 18 years of age pending the result of further study. AstraZeneca's vaccine has an efficacy of 72%. This vaccine teaches our immune system how to recognize and fight the virus that caused COVID-19. The development and rollout of COVID-19 vaccine has been fundamental in saving lives and protecting people from severe disease and death, especially those most at risk and vulnerable to COVID-19, protecting health system and reducing wide-scale social disruption.
Resolving a pandemic ethically involves making decisions and implementing measures that prioritize the well-being, rights, and dignity of individuals and communities. In general, ethics and science were able to work hand in hand to solve the situation. Why? Because, like what we said, the rules, frontliners, and the scientists are the one who show ethics, like thinking of plan, scientists inventing the vaccines or medicines, and the sacrifices of the frontliners. It became a solution to this situation as they thought whether it would be good or bad for the people before they do it.